Okay, now that I've got my 3 videos I had set up overnight out of the way, let us talk about signing news and Dylan Larkin. Dylan Larkin has re-upped with Detroit and sent them spiraling over the salary cap, which we knew was going to happen. I said that the other day when I talked about restricted free agents. So how much did he get? $6.1 million per year for 5 years for a $30.5 million total. The only thing the cap friendly shows so far is there was a $1 million signing bonus. It doesn't show any other bonuses, but of course, almost all contracts right now are bonus laden, and that's something we're going to be discussing later. Dylan Larkin is an interesting character. So with Dylan Larkin, you have Wings fans who think he's a fantastic first line guy. You have Wings fans who think he's probably a complimentary guy while they're waiting for the next big star to come along. And then you have fans outside of Detroit who may think he's overrated, may think he's talked about too much. I honestly, having watched a lot of Detroit games, I'll say this. The kid's got a lot of potential. He has a tremendous amount of pure skill. If he ever scores consistently, as well as his talent level would dictate he should be able to, this could be an amazing team. And you know, it's not this year. It's not this year for Detroit, but I am more optimistic about Detroit than a lot of people are. There are a lot of people who feel that Detroit is, at the bottom. They're just going to stay at the bottom. But it's guys like Larkin that I think can prove people wrong. It's guys like Larkin that I think, honestly, I'll wait for that until after I'm done. It's guys like Larkin that I think can honestly pull this team out of the doldrums and into something more. Remember, Detroit was mostly 500 last year, and then the bottom fell out. And so by the end of the year, we're talking about how awful they are. During the season, it was frustrating because they would get to 500 and it would look like if they could get over 500 and get a little bit of confidence, and then it would just fall. And this is where having young guys like Larkin go through that process is good for them. Larkin has just come out of his third year. So let's just take a quick look at the numbers here. His first year in the NHL, he had 23 goals, 22 assists, 45 points. Now, what always happens is you see that total as a rookie and you expect an upswing. Well, he had a sophomore slump of 17 goals and 15 assists in 16-17. And that's when the comments about him being overrated really ramped up. This past season, 16 goals, 47 assists, 63 points. I do see him as a 20-goal scorer, and I see him as a guy who uses his shot more, could threaten 30. But definitely I see him as a guy who can hit 70 points this year. There's no reason he can't. And if, and again, this is projecting, but if Zadina comes in and plays well out of camp, if Larkin and Zadina were playing together, who knows? Detroit's one of those teams that we're kind of in a no man's land with, where, yes, it feels like they should be doing a full-on rebuild, but because of cap issues, it's kind of hard to see them as a complete rebuild team, because right now on Cap Friendly, they're number one. Now, at the start of the season, of course, Franzen's hit gets taken off the cap, and they still have a little bit of space, but not a lot. So if Detroit's in a position where they could potentially take a run at the playoffs, what may hurt them would be they wouldn't be able to do a rental. They may have problems bringing guys in, but it working in their favor, they're not spending future assets to bring in a rental and make that playoff run that is going to end in the first round, which is something that they seem to be doing a lot the last few years they made the playoffs, trying to just put together a patchwork team to make it in there, and then it just wasn't good enough in the playoffs. Ken Holland is doing his best now to fix the problem that he created, and Larkin will be a Red Wing for at least the next 5 years. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.